is not our culture. So honor must be taught and taught and taught. The fact that it's not our culture doesn't mean it's not a key ingredient of destiny greatness. No. That's sometimes the problem. No, it is not a culture that determines destiny. No. So the fact that it is a culture or it's not a culture doesn't mean that destiny will bow to it. No. Because it was not a culture, so destiny will control and make sure that where that thing is needed, destiny will compromise. It won't. The fact that you were not taught to do it doesn't mean that its repercussion will not affect your destiny. No. Honor is honor, and it plays a key role in any destiny that must show up and rise. Honor to God, honor to those God has helped, honor to those ahead of you, honor to your peers, even honor to those behind you. Honor is a key element in destiny. And let me tell you an aspect of honor that many of us are missing. Listen, it's called seeking the advice and contribution to whoever you say you honor. Listen, whoever didn't contribute in decision making will not contribute to money gathering. Get it? Get it well. In the school of honor, surprise is a failure. You don't gather your life to go and surprise who you honor. We sit down with who we honor to discuss our lives. You can surprise your peers. You can surprise those under you. But when it comes to those ahead of you, we sit down with them and we put plans before them and we take their wisdom, their contribution. You can't go and do something secretly and go to somebody and say, can you sponsor me? He will tell you, I don't have money, even if he's the second richest man in the world. Because if he didn't contribute to decision making, he won't contribute to money gathering. The reason why most of you were bounced by your aunties, bounced by your rich uncles, but don't call them wicked, you dishonored them. You didn't go to them to sit there and say, Daddy, I have the sense of going to school. Is it a good idea? He will tell you it's a good idea. Where do you think I should go? My desire is to go and do this course and this course. These are the schools available. Where do you think I can go? Then your uncle will sit back and say, I've heard of this school, it may help you. Then you sit there and say, okay, this is the advantage of going to this school. This is the disadvantage of going to that school. This is the advantage of going to this school. Then you suggest your research that you have done to him. Then he will sit back and say, okay, so which one do you think that we should apply for? Such an uncle will not mind paying the fees. But for you to go and say, oh, uncle, I've bought forms, I've got admission. Now they say the school fees is this, the deadline is this. You sit back and tell you, maybe next time. That's the foolishness of this generation. We go and cook whatever we want to do, and in a dishonoring way, bring it to those who are ahead of us, and say that now, I need it's now time for your help. When I started, I didn't need you. But who you don't need is brain. You shouldn't need his money. Because it is brain that controls people's monies. So if he's not sure of where his money is going, he won't send his money. So make sure that you seek the contribution. One of the most dangerous aspects of honor we have ignored is this aspect. You won't find people walk to their fathers and sit their fathers down and say, this is the plan. I've not gone far. The moment it dropped, I just said, I'm coming to discuss with you. Mommy, the moment it dropped, I just said, let me come and discuss it with you. Yes, you should be able, you don't have what it is for wedding, for marriage, for whatever it is, but you know it's time to marry, and you know somebody who can help you. You don't go to the person and say that next week is the wedding, and you sit down and expect a check. And you sit there and expect the check. I'm teaching you a wisdom that can help you. Right from the onset. The day you saw the person and you were convinced that this is the person I want to marry, even before you set a date, you present the person to the one you need help from. You present the person to him and say, I want to seek your prayer and your advice over this one I found. I want to seek your prayer and your advice. This is the one I found. He will ask you, those who want to help you will always ask you, have you set a date? Are you sure? Have you set a date? The moment you say yes, you have cancelled half of the help. And he will be rethinking of even the half. He'll be rethinking of even the half. Yes. That's wisdom. I want to start a business. You don't tell the person, no. If you want to share, go back from restart and talk to the person. Say, I now want to go and do this, but I have the plan. I've done my research. This is how it can be. But I need your counsel. I need your counsel. Unfortunately, your group is why you need. Tinyamia no muna wa wankushia wo baby asemato. In the school of Anna, there is no graduation. You are not permitted to graduate from honoring who you started to honor. Anna is the only school you don't graduate from. So who you started to honor, when you become rich, honor. When you marry, honor. When you travel, honor. This generation don't understand the subject of honor. And then more being too quiet who are not sure. Unya frabru chiriba. No did any to nashwe nipa etigana. But they mun nim dia koso approach. Nim dia koso. Kusia ba bo for mountain. On form ba ben. I'm telling you. We never graduate from honoring. So who God led you to honor? Sir, even if every evidence show that you have become greater, there is no graduation in honor. You are not permitted to graduate from honoring the person. How you started to call the person that way. If you couldn't mention the person's name by just the name, and you started calling the person Sister Ama, Sister Queer, no matter what, who benyasi kampu fan edumaster, so friend is Sister Ama, never graduate from that honor. So who now benyini pobeshena, never graduate from that honor. It is stupidity to think that today you are taking care of your father, so when your father speaks, you can also speak back. It is foolishness to think that if your mother speaks, you can also speak back. Honor, we don't graduate. It is a school that when we tie you to somebody, it's forever. When God tie you to somebody to honor the person, it is forever. The person can reject God, but you are not permitted to reject him. Yes. Saul has dishonored God, but David, you are not permitted to dishonor Saul. Don't dare. One time we'll be by me home, me Sophie, me spiritual father, me Jan, no ye fake, no ye sin. I'm saying, come on, no too. Ubewukwa. Saul broke up with God, but God kept on tempting David over Saul. And David was sharp never to dishonor Saul. Because the throne Saul is sitting on, David, you will soon sit on it. If you dishonor the one sitting on it, you will never live to sit on it. We never graduate. Yes. Do you know who David was at that time? But Saul called him my son. And David was comfortable to call Saul a father. the man that it was clear that God has rejected him. And if Prophet Samuel say God has rejected you, there is no other voice under the heavens that can say otherwise. So David knew God has rejected Saul. But he said, how can I touch the Lord's anointed? Is it not the one God has rejected? So why are you still seeing him as anointed? The day Saul died, David cried and said, why has the mighty fallen? And why has Saul died as though there was no oil on his head? So David still believed, even if God doesn't like you, his oil is still on you. Don't graduate from honor. My people, our parents, don't graduate from honor. It is the key to mightiness. Yes. There are certain conversations that are too high for you. Let your father and mother deal with it. Don't venture. Don't venture. Don't go there. It's too high. Enkojina mama echi ntuko papa. Enkojina papa echi nko mama. Momu nko muko. Asunu mienu ko a ejai ma asase bre. Enkokubi. So mama so na bre hwe wa. Unim de papa nso ye emrebi. O papa so na bre hwe wa. Unim de mama nso ye emrebi. Ye din ne di omu mienu nyina ni. Na sere rade se ode anti ase ebebo omu mienu ntem. Ja wo mu no mu nko. Enkojina akire nkokoma baako. Nkokoma baako. They are in the same rank. They are in the same level in the spirit realm. Let them fight. One of the reasons why I fear for this younger generation of ministers that we may not go far is because our fathers, some fathers recruit sons to fight other fathers for them. To wa nima ode kumbodisa efu jini unzuru. When nima ode kutrinia and yes trinia enyina popa. Dwene sisimu wan unsuro ade enti wo panyini unsuro wakɔgye o spiritual father 45 years ntɔkwa ɛko amani mumu gu soro ne nko sɛ wɔse kɔkoma na ɛnko ne level no nso kɔkye ne wɔhya bi de wani say mo associate to associate, usher to usher, protocol to protocol, head to head, kokon level, and kokon big woman. The spiritual realm is a heavy realm. It's a heavy realm. So big in a soroa, obet me draw kotobia unyini bim. So sumo bibet me draw kotobia unyini bim. She wanu ye wati. Wanu ye na nipa wo soro omofom etoda Noah ne hu betima guo etoda bibi betima ka Noah mana kɔboro eno nso nkyerɛ sɛ Awurade apa no nti hwɛ yi my generation I will warn you hwɛ yi abrabɔ ne nafom o my Ghana no yembu obi amfo obi aho and no soon tina who so be as well do so. It is the next generation see a big break here. Let's rise and break it well. My turn, somebody else. Yes, sir. Let's rise and break it well. And the breaking is not only in prayer, the breaking is in practicing the word. That's the breaking. He gives grace to the humble. He gives grace to the humble. He gives grace to the humble. If it is not a culture, make it a lifestyle. Learn on it. Build it up. Build it as a character. Be unique. Be unique. Never graduate from honor. No matter where God lifts you. Never. There are many elements in honor. But in the seek the counsel and the advice of who you need help from. Seek it. Even if it will take a long time, seek it. And let me tell you, great people don't rush. The more people grow and develop deeply, the more they are calm, they apply the wisdom of calmness. If you have not gone deep, you are a rusher. You easily haste. Yes, you haste in a can be an example be, but I'm crack. Hallelujah. But the more people grow, the more they are calm. The more they are calm. Let me tell you. That's why when you are dealing with very great people that God has helped, you won't get their timing to be your timing. You won't get their operations to be your operations. Until to them, you will hear from me soon, can be 3 months. You will hear from me soon, can be 2 months. That doesn't mean go ahead of them. To them, I will call you soon, can be 5 days. To them, sending them a message. Among your peers, you are expecting a reply in 5 minutes. To them, reply is 3 days, and even 3 days. 3 days. It's a quick one. You, as I said now, there are men that when I send them messages and they even reply under 24 hours, I feel it's too fast. And I thank God for getting their reply so quick. I thank God. Even after 24 hours, I thank God. If you don't understand this system of honor, you will cut yourself off in the ladder that leads men to greatness. See, adieu. That realm is a very deep realm. TV, so say you think it's a joke. If you don't learn the protocols, you'll be sacked from the palace. So the people that you see today and you point to them, you will not even add their titles to this and this and now and I won't say it's a process. Yes. The people we see that we think is common, we think it's a process. It will shock you. Some politicians did you matter me how no. Sema 2 hours here no. Now back on your office. Now bones say when you packet one. You didn't learn the process and the protocols of greatness very well. I'm telling you. There are things you should learn now so that you can maintain certain relationships. Because see, right now, if you go and rush a president, now, you may not benefit. So go to the potential one. On this ladder or Tosube 6, start to build a relationship and start to grow with the person. Don't rush. Don't leave who is building up for who is built. Many of us graduate honor so quick. You honor this person or stagnate you will never make it in life. Stick to one person you think God has led you to honor. Stick and obreki kakra twɛn no. Ɔkɔ na ne nefro. Wa breki kakra twɛn no. Ɔkɔ na obia ni wa rising every minute. You are a fool to think that way. There are times that when people are rising, they will stagnate. That is where God begins to siphon the wrong people around them. No aside didn't move. Ne radius sieve the people around him. No aside didn't move. And listen, don't rush for those who have made it. Rush for those who are making it. And build a proper relationship with them. Honor them from that little stage. And grow with them. That's the wisdom. May ya kasado. Right. Let me touch on the last one. And then we are done. Honor. Honor. In all sectors. Business, ministry, politics, whatever it is, honor. But that game of taking advantage of people, me pewase ujini we no stagnate kakra bi no agane ho no akọ uhus wa make it now say pekwan bi asa ba be rerem, you will never make it in life. Be faithful in honor. Be faithful and see if the next 10 years you won't have your feet somewhere. Be faithful in honor. You done in time dodo. Be faithful in honor. Wow. And see if consistently the next 10 to 15 years you won't have a place to stand. Let's go to the next one.